For those of you that are wondering what I actually made profit my first 12 months on Etsy selling print on demand, then this video is for you. I have a lot of new faces on my channel. I can't believe it, in the last month I've grown by almost 7,000 subscribers, which is so crazy. So I wanted to kind of reintroduce the beginning of my story and actually cover the first 12 months all combined instead of chopped up part in 2020 and part in 2021. I'll link the two videos down below where I kind of deep dove into what niches I was selling, about how many listings I had each of those months. But this one I kind of wanted to do a high level if you are just getting started and wondering what that first year looks like, or if you're looking to get started and wondering how much money you can actually realistically make profit after all the expenses, then let's dive into that in today's video. So I really started selling on Etsy in April of 2020. I got 2 sales and then my shop was shut down for almost a month. So technically I did sell $35 in revenue in my very first month on Etsy, and I made about $6.03 in profit this very first month. But that was because I was buying things like Mockups and paying for my design software. But while my shop was closed, I did keep designing, and so when I reopened it, when Etsy gave my shop back in May, which is actually a pretty common thing that they do to a lot of new sellers. Nowadays, it takes a couple days, maybe a week to get your shop back after they close it. You just get flagged for spam, you email them, and they reopen your shop for you. So don't worry if your account does get suspended like mine, you can get it back. While it's closed, go ahead and keep designing. That way you have a bunch of new stuff to list when you get your shop back. So let's take a look at May. May of 2020, I sold $914.56 in revenue, which was about 40 orders. And of this, I made about $133 profit, because again, there are other expenses with print on demand if you're not familiar. You have to pay Printify, which is my printer, to print the shirts, ship the shirts. You can pay for design software, buy mock-ups. So I wasn't super profitable at this time, but I did make $133 profit, which I was really excited about at the time. And just keep in mind that the beginning of your print on demand journey might even be a little bit slower than this even was. Some people only get 1 or 2 orders their very first month. So you just have to remember that it is a grind. This isn't a get rich quick business. It's going to take time to build up your skills, build up your store, and increase your credibility by getting more sales and reviews. In June, I sold $2,032.35, which was about 67 orders. So this was super exciting as it was basically my second month fully selling on Etsy. So I'd done a lot of work to get to this point, and I made a total of $560.60 in overall profit. Then July came and I sold $4,370.52 in revenue, which was around 138 orders, and I made $1,573 in total profit. So it is important to remember that my first 4 months selling print on demand up until this point, I actually was not working at the time due to the pandemic and losing my job. So I actually get a full-time job at this point and start my full-time job on August 1st. So keep in mind, I did have a lot of time to pour into this business these first few months. So if you're working full-time and don't have quite as many hours to put into it, you may not get results quite as fast. But if you really try and be efficient and be intentional and do your research, you can get results like this eventually as well. But everybody's journey looks different. So August is when I started my full-time job, and I actually sold $12,167.85, and I made a total profit of $3,725 profit while working a full-time job. So a lot of this is because of the work I did in the few months prior, leading up to this point and finally starting to pay off. So if you're having a slow start, just remember it does take 2, 3, 4 months for the work that you're doing to really start to compound and start getting you the sales that you're looking for. But I was working on this after work, before work, on my lunch, whenever I had a free moment. I was absolutely obsessed. So don't take this lightly. I was working probably at least 20 or 30 hours per week on my print-on-demand business. So again, this isn't going to come easy or quick, but I just wanted to give you a realistic view into what it would actually look like if this is something that you're interested in starting. So then September of 2020 comes and I sold $10,105.59. So did dip a little bit after August, but still overall super happy with my journey so far at this point. And I made a total of $3,186 in actual profit after all of the expenses. So coming into October, I ended up selling $12,705.71. So what's interesting about this month is I sold a really similar amount as I did in August, but I actually made a little bit less money. I only made $2,740 in total profit. So still super happy with that, but I realized I wasn't pricing all of my items accordingly. I was pricing a lot of my items low to get those first sales in hopes that they'd start to sell more and then I could raise the prices, which is exactly what I decided to do. So then leading into November of 2020, one of the craziest months of my life, I started selling really well. So these are my orders. So 50, 30, 15, 20, 30, 50, 80, 60, 50. I was selling quite a few orders every single day. But what you see here, this gigantic spike to the 338 orders and 257 orders, was a famous lady actually bought one of my sweatshirts without me even knowing and shared it on her Instagram story for 24 hours only, and it went crazy. I started selling it like hotcakes. This one random Christmas sweater that didn't even have anything to do with Christmas. It just had a funny saying on it that wasn't even related to Christmas at all. So hot tip there, the best Christmas niches sometimes have nothing to do with Christmas. So overall this month, I sold a staggering $70,293. So even without her sharing that, I would have sold about $50,000. So this can really go to show what it can look like when you really prepare. I started designing for Christmas in August, and I kept designing in August, September, October, and all the way through November. I was making brand new designs all the way up until Black Friday. And that's really what I recommend you doing as well. So you can try and be early to some of the random, really popular trends for Christmas. So now the big question, how much profit did I actually make this month? I made $23,713 in profit in just 1 month. And again, I was working a full-time job, so this was actually mind-blowing to me that this was something that could even happen. It was the craziest thing, I can never tell you. So just know that you're only a few designs away from being able to make more money than you've ever made in your life. I did have to put in a lot of hours and a lot of work to get to this point, but this is a realistic result. This was only my 7th month selling on Etsy. So if you really put the work in, you really can, as a new shop, really find success. People tend to say that Etsy is oversaturated or they're late to the market, but I know people who have started Etsy shops this year in 2022 and have over 10,000 sales already. And so it really can happen for you as well. And that's why I wanted to make this video, so you can see what a realistic first 12 months can look like if you're willing to really put the work in and work 20, 30 hours per week on this business. Now, if you don't have that time to put in though, don't be discouraged. If you can work 5, 10 hours per week on it, it'll take you longer to see these same numbers that I'm showing, but these next couple years are going to pass by anyways. Why not start to put in that time now, and it'll slowly compound and compound and compound until it turns into something really special that you can be super proud of. So then that leads me into December of 2020. I sold $21,912 worth of revenue, which was a total of $5,875 in actual profit. So again, super great month here. It did really start to trail off at about halfway through the month when orders weren't going to be guaranteed for Christmas. But you can still make a ton of money even if you haven't started your print-on-demand store. If you're watching this right when I'm releasing it in October, it's not too late to get in on the Christmas trend, because like I said, I posted a lot of these designs as we got closer to Black Friday. So if you're watching this and wondering if you should get started right now or if you should wait, get started now. And please take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you're enjoying this content so far. I really do appreciate everyone's support here on this channel. It's been so fun teaching you all how to start your very own print-on-demand businesses. And I'm so proud of you all who have taken the leap of faith and actually just taken action and gotten started, because I know it can be super scary, but you are doing yourself and your future self such a huge favor by just believing yourself and giving it a chance. So that brings us to January 2021. I sold $6,643 in revenue. In actual profit, I made $1,158 in profit. So pretty steep drop off from my November and December sales. And this is because I only thought about Christmas for 3 or 4 months straight. So I barely had anything else for sale in my shop that wasn't Christmas related at this point. So if you are the same as me and you're only focused on Christmas, remember to take a few breaks in November to design for some of the things that sell in the beginning of the year. And if you want, I do have a niche calendar available in the description below that goes through some of the most popular t-shirt niches to sell throughout the entire year. There's 47 different ones on there, and when to start designing for them and when they should be posted by. February 2021, I sold $7,321 and made $1,548 in profit. So March of 2021, I really started to pick back up and sold $17,648 and made $4,707 in total profit. So again, I did go over more in detail what niches and how many listings that I had, so I'll link those videos down below. But just to give you an idea, I was focusing a lot on Mother's Day and on different professions that sell really well in the spring. So it really does pay to work on these early. This is what I was designing for in January and February. So again, you really want to be thinking about what's going to be selling 8 to 12 weeks from now, and make sure you get to those early instead of always chasing what's already selling for other people. So coming into my 11th month of selling print on demand on Etsy, it's now April of 2021, and I sold $26,440.59. So if you notice, this was more than I actually sold in December. And this is because now I've got more evergreen designs in my store, or things that could sell any time of year, and a lot more different holidays that were popular at the beginning of the year. So this is again how your business can start to compound, and really it can start to pay off for all the work you've been doing in the prior months. So for profit, this month I made $8,558 in total profit after all of the fees. So now on to the 12th month that I was selling print on demand. Again, I did kind of start in April, but since my shop was only open for 2 days before it got shut down, I'm not really counting it. I'm doing the 12 full months. So May of 2021, I sold $22,332 in total revenue, and I made $6,815 in total profit. So this brings my entire 12 months of selling print on demand as far as profit to $63,952 in profit in my bank account after paying for design software, Mockups, any designs that I needed to purchase, any graphics I needed to purchase. That's everything all included, and that is my take home before taxes. Again, I was spending 20, 30 hours per week working on this. So I think that it's really reasonable that I made a solid full-time income, working almost full-time hours on this the entire year. So I'm not going to tell you your first year will be easy, but I wanted to give you a realistic breakdown of what it actually looks like and how much work really goes into your first year of print on demand. And revenue-wise, if you were curious, from May of 2020 to May of 2021, I sold $214,925 in total revenue. Now, I didn't make this video to brag. I really just love being transparent with my numbers and exactly what I did to build my business. I really think there's enough room on Etsy with print on demand for all of us, and that's why I started this channel. Now, I don't share my exact Etsy shop with you because that is how I make my family's income, but I really hope that this is giving you the inspiration that you need to either keep going with your print on demand business and know that success is just around the corner, even if you don't feel like it is right now, or for that little kick in the pants to just get started if you've been watching tons of print on demand YouTube videos, but just waiting for the right moment to start. There's never going to be a right moment to get started. You're going to have a hard time, you're going to fail, it's going to be frustrating, but if you put the work in now, then you can get past that initial state where you have to learn all of those things and just start making money. It's the fastest way to learn. You're never going to learn just by watching videos, and it's never going to be perfect. I'm still improving my processes and my designs and my store every single day, and you will too. Please like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I really hope that it brought you some new light on what it can look like for your first year and that you enjoyed seeing it actually broken down and transparent like that. Again, I appreciate all of you watching all the way until the end, and I'll see you in the next one.